most rewarding part of our job is seeing children make progress. For many of our children who are like 10 to 12 years old, many of them don't have a lot of friends at school. Sometimes when they come here, they make friends, and seeing that joy, and they get so excited when they come in and want to do something with their friends. But also when a child walks for their first time, if the physician has said this child wasn't going to make progress and we see them feed themselves for the first time, it's just amazing. My name is Karen Hyche. I'm the owner of the Hyche Center. I'm a board certified and doctorate level occupational therapist. So I've been in the field for over 25 years. I knew I was going to be an occupational therapist when I was 15 years old, and I get to come in every day and work with children and their families and play.
My favorite thing about coming into work every day is that I get to experience the ups and downs of all the families, what they're going through. I get to meet with most of them now and find out where they need help the most, and I'm able to contribute to that and see the success at the end, so it's very rewarding for me. I am Rebecca Hyche Merchant. I am the business manager of the Hyche Center as well as the co-founder. In this area, there were not a lot of options for children and their families. So we brainstormed and came up with this idea and began in November of 2014 and opened our doors in January 2015.
About 2.5 years ago, something just didn't sit right with me. I was at my breaking point, crying every day, the kids were crying. I just felt like something needed to change, and I didn't know what that was. I broke down at our pediatrician's office and said, I don't know that something's wrong, but I don't think it should be this hard. Our kids have blossomed, they have improved in every single way. They have received physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech, and even the counseling services offered at the Hyche Center. And to say that they are different kids is an understatement. They are still our kids, but they are a much better version of themselves.
I raised my grandson, Abel Ivy, and he's 5 years old. He's very rambunctious. At times we just bounce off walls. When he first came to us, he had quit talking, and we were delayed in many ways. And we did early intervention, and at one point I was like, okay, what happens now? Because then he was 3, and I didn't know where to go. And then by magic, it was like the Hyche Center just showed up. Without the Hyche Center, I don't know where we would be. I don't, because he got to where, he would come here and do totally different, but it gives more sets of eyes than just myself as a parent. What do you see? What do you think? Because you're professionals. Because a parent can sometimes have a biased opinion of their child or don't want to see it. With me, I have to see that because I am Nana raising a 5-year-old. So I see the world through an older view. It's been fantastic coming to the Hyche Center. I send everybody I know down here.
The Hyche Center provides a variety of services for children ages birth to 21. We provide occupational, physical, speech therapy, as well as counseling services. Speech therapy is more than just talking. It's speech and language pathology. So we're looking at children's verbal and nonverbal communication as well as their cognitive skills. For physical therapy, we're looking at their gross motor, which is their large motor movements, and their strength and endurance. And for occupational therapy, we're looking for deficits that will interfere with their daily living skills. So that may be visual motor, it may be social emotional skills, and it may be their ability to just be able to tie their shoes, get dressed in the morning, those type things.
When a parent notices a concern with their child, it's very important that they talk to their doctor about this. A referral can't come to us unless the doctor has justification to give the referral to us. So we always kind of talk the parents through calling the doctor's office, setting up an appointment with them to talk face-to-face to let them know what the issues are so that the doctor can be on the same page that we are on when we get the referral.
I think the biggest thing that our family needed was guidance and expertise. I was never a parent before having these kids, and I've read hundreds of books, but that still can't prepare you for what it looks like on a day-to-day basis. We've got help with discipline, toilet training, and even just adding words to our vocabulary and how to deal with meltdowns or go into public places that may have been a struggle before. We've worked with anxiety, meltdowns, not necessarily temper tantrums, they're completely different things. We've learned so much, and our children have learned a lot, and as a family, we have learned how to work together better and be a successful, functioning team. My favorite thing about the Hyche Center is the people. If I could hand select them to treat my kids how we treat them, to love them like they are their own, and to want to watch them grow and be the very best version of themselves they can be, I would have picked every person here at the Hyche Center.
The biggest change in him, basically everything. Our speech, you know, we've excelled to where we're not doing speech now. And he doesn't bounce off walls anymore. He shows me what he does in therapy. We walk, when we walk through the parking lot, we walk on the curbs because that's a balancing beam. We do these swings. Everything now is so sensory that I never even realized it. But the big move is he's getting to be a big boy, and we're in school. We're in kindergarten, and we are functioning. That's a big change for us. And if it was not for the Hyche Center, and then, you know, he has his doctors in Birmingham, but still, and you guys all work together, that's what the specialty of it is everybody working together to help this little person. He needs the repetition. He needs that. He cries if we can't come.
If you're concerned that your child may have issues, you can go visit our website, hychecenter.com. There is useful information there to help you see what may or may not qualify your child for services, as well as a link to our patient intake forms. Part of my job at the Hyche Center is to work with families to make sure that the services that are needed are covered by their insurances, or if they are private pay customers, we try to do our best to get them on a pay scale that is doable for them. Currently, we take Medicaid of Alabama and we take Blue Cross Blue Shield. Most of those groups are covering all therapies. So if you have any questions, you can give us a call and we'll find out if your child will be covered.
The biggest thing about continuing services is it doesn't happen overnight. It takes more than a day, more than one visit, and it may be a 30-minute drive one way. It may be a huge time commitment, but you are investing in your children for their future. You want them to be the best they can be, and it is so important to stick with them and to keep coming, whether it's once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. Stick with them and get past those first few weeks. Those are the hardest weeks, but you are setting up a foundation for the rest of their life. And so it is crucial to show up and be there, be punctual, and if they give you homework, just do it. It's not that hard, and it can make such a difference in your children and in your family. Parent support has been absolutely wonderful. To go somewhere and meet somebody else that has walked that same struggle and is on that uphill climb to the top, like, it is so great to have met other moms that you say, oh my gosh, I had to leave a buggy in Walmart because we were mid-meltdown and there sat my groceries. And they know, they've been there. And just to have that relationship with another person that completely understands, and when your kid is mid-meltdown in the waiting room, they are doing whatever they can, whether they hand you a weighted blanket or they shut the lights off or they try and hand you a fidget toy to get your kid through it. It is truly incredible to have found those people.
What I have learned is this is therapy for me too. But what I learned from you guys, I can work with at home. Because if I do the opposite of what you're doing, it's not going to benefit him. That's not going to help me. It's not going to help you, period. But also, when we come here, we feel at home. And we had our own vacation Bible school here because our children are not really accepted in many places. That was such a thrill because I got to go to Bible school myself with parents that understand our children. You know, because people don't understand us. They don't understand our children. They will look at our child and think, I wish you'd make him mind, or he's just awful. You know, why don't parents make their children do this? And I'm thinking, you don't even know, you don't understand. So then they're judging me, but judging my child, which upsets me. But when I come here, we help each other. Our mamas understand the children. I can go to the store and I can feel so out of place because I'm constantly even I have to stop, you know, because we have our days, or if we have a meltdown. People just judge and they don't think about he's a child with a problem or she's a child with a problem. It's like they think they have to be totally disabled to have a problem, and they don't. Well, we see so many kids that have problems now that nobody even noticed years ago. And that's why I'm so thankful for what we have now, because I see kids now that's all they needed. And they needed somebody to listen to them, sometimes besides mom and daddy, and to have a different view, you know. But that's me. It's home to me, and y'all understand me. You don't think, oh, will she hush? But you understand what I go through. You sink in. And these mamas out here and daddies, they do too. They don't judge me when I walk in here. So I get my therapy here. So that's fantastic.
The Hyche Center has 2 locations. One is in Jasper at 1000 Highway 78 by Big Lots, and the other is 415 Horse Creek Boulevard in Dora.
You can reach us at the Jasper Clinic at 205-512-1260 and at the Dora Clinic at 205-544-5892.